I started a clothing brand from scratch, and here's how I did it. The first thing is research. I looked up YouTube videos on my computer about how to start a clothing brand, and surprisingly, it's not too different than dropshipping. So for the past 3 weeks, I've been documenting my progress as a dropshipper, and I think I have enough knowledge to know how to market a product. But the last platform I have yet to touch is Instagram. Instagram is the best platform for photos, and I think it can be a great tool to utilize for marketing. My strategy is a 3-step plan to take my clothing brand to another level. But first, I need an idea. This kind of idea needs to create some sort of message to reach a specific audience. If you took 3 circles and crushed the middle one, you'd get Mickey Mouse. If you drew an octagon and wrote stop in the middle, you'd get a stop sign. And if you drew M&M, you'd get M&M inside a McDonald's. But that's besides the point. All of these icons are creating an identity. When you see that shape, you know what it is. That's what I need to create with this brand. I need an identity. But first, who do I want to attract? This is the first part of my plan. Success is just around the corner if you take the time to run a marathon. In other words, the harder you work, the more consistent you become, the healthier you're going to be as a person, which in my opinion is very critical to overall happiness. So I decided I'm going to name this brand Be Happy. Next, I need to bring the vision to life. I need people to look at a specific symbol and resonate. And what better way to do this than to start drawing a smiley face? This is the first part of my plan, which is creating a brand to help motivate people to work harder. I think honestly that this will work. I really do. So now that I have a rough idea and outline of what it's going to look like, I need to bring it to life. Like many other clothing brands, one of the easiest ways to start is to make t-shirts. T-shirts are relatively inexpensive and they're pretty easy to design. So I basically just took the logo and slapped it onto a t-shirt, but that's not enough. I like to make things simple, but not that simple. Nobody knows what my brand is yet. I want someone to look at my shirt and know exactly what we're all about. And this design represents that. It's very simple and gets the message across. Now I have to produce the shirt. So I did some more digging around the internet and I came up with some estimated costs for running the clothing brand. Basically what I'm gonna do is buy blank t-shirts off of Amazon and then heat press them onto a t-shirt. It's a pretty simple process, and all I needed to do was order the design on something called a gang sheet. Not even joking, it's called the gang sheet. So I ordered 6 gang sheets from a website called TKO Sales, which came out to $133.42. I can make a total of 20 shirts with this batch, which could potentially sell for $30 each, which would bring about $600 net profit, and this leaves plenty of room for growth. But after ordering all the supplies needed to produce, I was gonna have to invest $586.08, leaving me very little room for profit. But this is gonna be my first initial expense, and if successful, there's gonna be much more room for profit on later drops. After all the supplies arrived, I prepared my room to make all the t-shirts because my room is cramped and pretty small. So the first thing I did was cut out 6 different designs from the gang sheets. Now you may be wondering why I'm making necklaces, but I'm doing this to provide a good offer for my customers. This way they're getting more than just a t-shirt. Speaking of t-shirt, I put it right on the press and then added the cutouts to the center of the t-shirt before I pressed down, transferring the designs over to a fresh piece of clothing. And finally, I brought the vision to life. Oh wow. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So then I put it on to see if I like it, and then I repeated the process all over again a couple million times. Well, not million, it's more like 18, but you get the point. To make the website, I first had to take photos of my shirt. So I went to the garage to set up my equipment. Once all the lights were in place, I had a little photo shoot. I then logged into Shopify and started looking through themes and came across a unique paid one called Solo Drop. This theme is super unique because it's not on Shopify at all. It also comes with a bunch of customizable options, such as pop-up screens and upsells. The best part about this is that it comes with a bunch of other paid themes and ad spy tools that costs hundreds of dollars alone. If you're serious about dropshipping or online e-commerce, I highly suggest you getting these tools. You can click the link down in the description if you're interested, but for now, let's start making the website. I'm finally excited to say that Be Happy is officially up and running. I can't wait to start marketing to release the clothing line public, but first, I need to come up with a strategy. Like I said at the beginning of this video, my plan is to market on Instagram, and I think the best way to do so is through meta ads. So now that I have a rough idea on how to set up my pixel, I can move on to running ads. For the ad creatives, I'm gonna make 3 different styled videos and also use some pictures to test which performs better. This way I can figure out who my target audience is. Right now, I think my target audience is Jeremiah, a 21-year-old college kid who spends his time doing side hustles to pay off his student loans, or it could be Edwin, a 24-year-old dropout who makes money online. Whoever the person may be, I think my brand calls for the misfits, the outliers, the people who break the system, not the law. But at first, my strategy is to test abroad, so I can let Facebook gather the numbers and data for me. I'd rather see statistically what's gonna perform better than think emotionally, because I may think Jeremiah and Edwin are gonna purchase, when in reality, some random Chinese dude from a different country might resonate more. You just never know until you push forward and start testing ads. So, that's what I have to do. So if you guys enjoyed this video, you guys can leave a like and comment down below. And if you guys want to check out my clothing line, you can click the link in the description, because most likely if you're watching this video, you're going to be the person that's going to relate with the clothing line the most. So be sure to stick around for part 2, because that's also going to be a really good video. I'm basically going to be testing this clothing line and see if I can get any purchases, but that's all I have for today. Peace out.